Minnesota Vikings and the San Francisco 49ers. The 49ers playing some bully ball here of late, and they find themselves as 3-point home favorites over the Minnesota Vikings, total of 49 in this one. And the Vikings coming off of an outright win over the Packers this past week. Kirk Cousins continues on with his really, really great season. Justin Jefferson has just an absolute monster game, and they pull off the very small upset there. Actually, I guess by the time that went off, it was only about a point in favor of the Packers. Guys, Brad, I'll start with you here. I think that the 49ers will be able to continue on playing this bully ball and be able to move the ball and move the ball in this Vikings team, because I think they can probably do it against anyone. What they've been doing over the past two games, they have designed runs on 65% of their plays. They are using motion pre-snap 67 times over the last 2 weeks. That's two of the three highest usages of motion since 2017 for this team. They're using Deebo Samuel out of the backfield as well. He has 13 rush attempts for over 115 yards. So they're getting super creative with the run game as well, but they are definitely letting you know, we're going to run the football. We're going to run it, 2 out of every 3 times that we take a snap here. That being said, even if they do have success, I think this Vikings offense is good enough to just match them, kind of score for score here or something. So I don't know. Again, not one that's in my account yet, but if you're going to give me a full field goal, and it looks like this thing's leaning to 3.5, and like if I can get 3 and a hook on the Vikings, I think they can keep this thing fairly close. What say you?
Yeah, so I did bet the Vikings +3, and I kind of hate the bet now, and I'm trying to get out of it, to be honest. And it's kind of what you're saying about the San Francisco bully ball, which the Vikings will be able to stop, but compared to about a month ago, the Vikings are down there, their entire defensive line, basically. Dalvin Tomlinson on IR, Danielle Hunter, Everson Griffin today. I can't see how he plays after whatever is going on over there. The last I saw, he's not coming out of his house, and the police are trying to get him out of his house. So I don't know how he plays Sunday. And then the other defensive tackle, Michael Pierce. I don't know if I mentioned him. So like the starting 4 defensive linemen are gone, right? So you are going to have Deebo Samuel and those running backs just ram down your throat again for 60 plays or whatever. And yeah, they should have success. So I don't really like the side anymore. As you say, maybe the over is the way. If San Fran are moving the ball, and we force Kirk Cousins and the gang into the passing situations, they should have success, because San Francisco, they're good up front, but the secondary is still weak. So I can see Jefferson and Thielen having some success. But again, not a game I've bet yet, but would look to the over.
Yeah, I do have I honestly think that this Minnesota offense has pretty much found its stride and can score with just about anybody in the league. And the other thing that people I think is a little bit misleading sometimes is these run heavy teams. People always think you need to lean towards the under because they're running the ball and the clock keeps running and all that. But like, if they're scoring every time they get the ball, it doesn't really matter, right? I mean, as long as you're putting up points, it doesn't really matter. It's just a different way of moving the ball down the field. And then we know the Vikings, what they're going to do, and they will pass. And they've been much more aggressive over the last month of the season, which is something that Zimmer has never done over the course. That was one of the biggest knocks on him that we have hated about Zimmer, is how conservative he has been. And he's kind of let the reins loose a little bit over the last couple of weeks. Steven, I know you're a 49ers fan. I know you probably have enjoyed the fact that they have a little bit of a win streak going on here. How do you look at this game?
I have enjoyed it. I'm having flashbacks to a couple of years ago because I'm seeing a carbon copy of the way they ran their offense a couple of years ago. But my concern is whether or not it is sustainable with this poor secondary that they have, because you're kind of pigeonholing yourself here. If you aren't efficient running the ball, and you're going to have a poor game at some point with third down regression, because this is a team over the past 2 weeks. It was 6 of 12 and 8 of 14 on third downs, 50% over the past 3 games, which is top 3 in the NFL. But overall for the season, this is a team that was 38% on third downs, which is 23rd in the NFL. So at some point, regression is probably going to come here in a key game for the 49ers. They've been hiding Jimmy Garoppolo, less than 23 passes in those past 2 games. So when that happens, you need to have an elite defense to back it up. And I don't think that this San Francisco defense is the same version of what they were 2 years ago when they went to the Super Bowl. I think they're a lot worse, actually. And I think Kirk Cousins has the opportunity to dice them up if they so choose to throw the ball. God willing, Mike Zimmer takes some, smart pills this week and does that. So I don't think this San Francisco formula is sustainable long term, but I'm not sure this is the spot I want to challenge it this week against the Minnesota Vikings, especially if it's not 3.5. That's the only way I would think about Minnesota is if I get the hook. Anything field goal or less, I'm not going to be interested. But that's kind of how I feel about the San Francisco team long term here.
Yeah, I'm going to hold out for a hook. It looks like it's coming. Maybe not, but it looks like it's coming. If that's the case, if I get Vikings 3.5, I'll play Vikings 3.5 in this one. Like I said, I think that they can go score for score with the 49ers. Now, the 49ers might end up with the ball last, run the clock out, kick a field goal, win the game. But if I've got 3 and a hook, then I'm on the good side of that. I'll dig a little bit more into the over in this one, but I think I have a lean to the over as well.